So what's going on with that?
And we are live here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. And I am so ready for this show that you could hear me playing it on my phone. Oh, man. Ruben, I just explained to you what this show is about. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
This man is ready. This man has a bigger bald spot than one of the main people on this show.
Hey man, I'm going to get The Rock come up in here.
Trust me. You can smell what he's cooking. Yeah, but I do want to make sure. Is our guest's mic working?
It is working. I
can't hear him.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, try it again, Ken.
You want to talk about bald spots, man.
There you have the ball, list of all the bald spots.
Yeah, buddy.
I very much apologize. I got a work call. Can I take it and be right back like 30 seconds?
Oh, no. Go ahead and take it. But,
all right.
Dude.
I'll be right back because I need to talk. I need to talk to this John Cena heel turn. Like, I need this more than anything. I'll be right back.
Yes, we do. But I do want to let everybody know, just so we all are on the same page about what is going on, we will talk about Monday Night Raw first, and then we will talk about some other things that happened in Elimination Chamber. And the reason we are doing it that way is because nothing tops this heel turn. You know, I could bring up, some of the surprises that happened on Raw, some of the surprises that happened on Elimination Chamber, some of the returns that happened. Nothing tops this heel turn. We have been waiting 20 plus years for this heel turn, and it is finally here. Just when most people never thought it was going to happen, it is finally here. There is a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, and I am very ready.
I tell you, man, that was a shocker.
Yeah, man.
That was.
It's funny.
I never expect that.
It's funny bringing it up to people, especially those that are kind of on the outside a little bit, that don't keep up with wrestling all the time. And because they know who John Cena is, and they know he's like one of the biggest good guys in wrestling. And when you bring it up to people, you know, remember how John Cena, he's a good guy. He was always supposed to be this good guy. Mm-hmm. And they go like, right. And then you're just like, right. And then people like you, people like Pat Russell, you start hesitating. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I don't know why so many people that are bald are hesitating these days. I don't know why. It might just be a thing. But man, I mean, I've been a wrestling fan for almost 20 years now. John Cena has been a face, other than the last 3 days, the entire time I have been a wrestling fan.
Right.
John Cena was a heel for a very short time in 2003. Like, this man has been in the WWE for decades now. Mm-hmm. And he's been a heel for months of that time span.
I know.
Not years out of decades, months.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I mean, this is unprecedented, turn of events that happen.
It shifts, anything that we think we know about wrestling and what is going on. So before we get any more into it, I do want to let everybody know, again, this is going to be the last thing that we talk about for the majority of the show. So I will say this. If you are just interested in the John Cena heel turn, we will provide a timestamp for you to listen to that specifically. Obviously, you hear a little bit about it in the beginning, but we won't be talking about it anymore until the latter part of the show. Until that, we will talk about, once again, Raw, Elimination Chamber, and then we will get into that last part, post-men's match. But we'll talk about Raw first, and Raw started off with a bang, dude.
Dude, it was hot. Man. It was hot.
Things were hot. Punk was hot. Seth was hot. Everything was hot. It hit the fan real quick.
It was insane. It was insane.
It took about 5 minutes for things to hit the fan. Punk is running down The Rock, calling him a bald fraud. People are making memes about John Cena, NWO, you see the N, you see the W, the O is his bald spot.
Oh man.
Oh,
can't make fun of bald people. You're a heel to me if you make fun of someone that's bald. So
I mean, there was an O that was a bald spot though. I think it was worth it.
All right, fine.
Like
they get a pass.
He's got a haircut that's looking like you find at Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay. He gets a pass. You guys all get a pass because they broke so many wishes now that he has turned heel.
Yeah, nah, he's starting the Break-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, that's so hilarious.
He's gonna break something off in all these wishes.
But this was the closest thing to a pipe bomb that CM Punk has unleashed since coming back. This is the CM Punk. This is the 2011 CM Punk that we got yelling at Triple H saying, "Listen, you don't need me. I don't need you. You need me."
CM Punk was cursing so bad on that mic, The Rock ought to call gimmick infringement for his final boss gimmick. Because he was supposed to be the only one getting away with it.
Right, you want to know something else? Netflix actually tweeted, when CM Punk was on there.
Oh, man, but it was so worth it. No, he started off that promo, "I'm going to get us canceled off of Netflix." That's how you knew.
Yeah, that's when they tweeted that.
Yeah, no, you knew it was going to be good, man. Like, this man was standing on the table. He wasn't sitting down for nothing. Drew was cross-legged. He was not sitting down. Then he brought Becky Lynch into it, and Seth Rollins came out, and it was just on, bro. One of the best pull-apart brawls I have seen in a long, long time.
The best pull-apart brawl since the last time they had a pull-apart brawl.
They do good with pull-apart brawls these days. What was the last one?
No, I'm literally saying the last time Seth and Punk had a pull-apart brawl, that was the best one. Those two know how to do it. Because last time they jumped the railings, ran down the aisles to meet each other just like this one. They kept jumping. There was a couple times where they were just throwing stuff at each other.
They were throwing stuff at each other. It continued in the back. They were taking each other over the barricade, over the table. Oh, the amount of chaos in that brawl. When was the last time two other wrestlers did a pull-apart brawl as good as that one? I'm trying to think.
If you're talking like different wrestlers, I don't even know.
Two different wrestlers. Like, the first ones that come to my mind are John Cena and Brock Lesnar, but that was decade plus now.
Nah, there's been, I would say Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, actually. They had a really good one.
That's true.
Over the last year, but those are big, beefy dudes, so it's like it's easy for them to have a good brawl. For CM Punk and Seth Rollins, they're big dudes. They could definitely kick the crap out of me, but they're not big. So right. It's really impressive that they can have that much, heat and
animosity.
And violence and animosity towards each other within the confines of like 20 people trying to hold them back.
Yeah, no, but like when I think of pull apart brawls, I think of this one because of recency bias. Cena and Lesnar because they got the locker room to pour out, and Cena busted his lip.
I think that's what started it. I think that's when WWE realized they could do it and do it great.
Well, here's the thing too. Like when I the first one that I ever saw when I was a fan was the first time Kurt Angle appeared on Impact when he did a pull-apart brawl with Samoa Joe. This was back in like 2006. No, and the wrestlers poured out, the security poured out. They were getting loose over and over and over. It was inside the ring, outside the ring, on the ramp. There was just pure chaos. And then I never saw anything like that again for years, probably until the Cena-Lesnar one. And like you said, that's when they started doing it more often.
Yeah.
That's when they were like, "Oh shit, we could really do this. This could work." And then, from there they just went with the idea. And now these days, like you said, they do it really good. Where a lot of them probably just blend together to me.
Yeah,
I might take this one granted for a little bit because they do it so much now.
Yeah, It all depends on the lead up, and CM Punk's lead up to it was just so fantastic that this will be good. You know what this is leading to though, right? You know what this is all leading to?
Triple threat, possibly.
Triple threat, the Tribal Chief next week.
Yeah, man. No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the appearance. I'm hoping for a Roman Reigns appearance.
Oh, he's 100% coming. He's going to jump in the cage and kick the crap out of both of them, and we got ourselves a triple threat.
Oh man. But, triple threats are always weird to me when there's, like, no stakes on the line.
Oh, yeah, I hate them. I
You know
absolutely hate them if there's no stakes.
Yeah,
I don't care
so,
if they all three hate each other. It's like, well, Drew McIntyre hates them too, make it a four-way. But why? It has to be one-on-one unless
there has to be something with it,
And even then, for like a main event of a WrestleMania, I don't even want it. Like they've only done the triple threat main event they've only done it like twice. There was DX and Benoit, and then there was the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania 2000.
That was a mess. McMahon in every corner.
Hated that. To this day, this is one of the worst WrestleMania experiences I ever had.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The two matches that are, multi-man matches that were main events, one of them you feel guilty talking about. WWE actually can't bring it up. And then the other one, again, total mess. So it would be nice to have a triple threat match, but again, I need stakes. And any one of these guys, after the WWE Championship match, if you decide to make this the main event, let's say night one, any one of these guys can, be the next opponent for whoever walks out of that. And I think we would all enjoy that. That's the
only stakes they can really add to it. But even then, it doesn't seem like enough. It seems like it just needs something now. I need something satisfying now. Unless it allows them to instantly enter into the main event the next night, but I wouldn't like that either.
I mean, it's still a number one contenders match. It's still the same thing, basically.
Yeah, it just allows a story to continue like last year. I did like the story from night one into night two, but I don't think this year calls for it.
Yeah. But here's the thing. This was a really good episode of Raw overall. Even, outside of a lot of the main event stars. Judgment Day had a decent backstage segment. They had a nice little brawl with Braun Breaker, which I'm hoping sets up a WrestleMania match between Finn Balor and Braun Breaker. And I would actually hope Finn Balor wins, just because he hasn't done anything prominent in a long, long time. And then he can really start acting uppity towards the Judgment Day.
I'm sorry, but I have lost all faith in their ability to book Finn Balor.
I know.
Like, it hurts me. It hurts me. It hurts my heart to say this, but they have totally 100% destroyed that guy over and over again. And I promised myself I would never believe in Finn again, because all it does is lead to heartbreak.
I understand that, especially when I watch baseball because I'm a Mets fan. But but here's the thing. I want it in my heart, to be real. Like, I don't want to see Finn keep going through this. You know what I mean? There could be so much more for Finn, even if it's just an IC title reign right now. Because Braun Breaker, they booked that man like a badass. He could survive a loss with interference from the Judgment Day to Finn Balor. And they could put Braun Breaker in the King of the Ring tournament and possibly do what they did with Gunther last year.
Yeah,
I have no
Braun Breaker
reason. Sorry. Yeah, but
Braun Breaker would be an excellent King of the Ring. Excellent. King of the Ring is designed for someone like him, someone ready to bump up. But yeah, again, if it was Finn Balor, I wish. But after he lost his triple threat at Saturday Main Event, I called it. I said, Finn Balor's going to win this. I'm a moron.
All I'm going to say is, well, I think Saturday night's Main Event, it wasn't the right time for Gunther to lose the title, to be fair. I think WrestleMania is a much better time.
I agree.
But, here's the thing, though. I'm 1-for-1 so far. I would like to believe this is going to be in the future also. So I do kind of want to put that out there. What else happened on Raw? Gunther versus Otis happened, and I did, kind of leave something in one of your comments for something that could potentially happen.
I did it. I released a hot take.
Yeah.
You did? No, I did. It was your John Cena CM Punk one. I did.
Oh yeah, face John Cena versus face CM Punk versus heel John Cena.
Yeah, I didn't see your other one. What did you say?
So I said Gunther versus Otis should happen, but Otis should win thanks to a Jey Uso distraction, and then you could kind of see Gunther, slowly. You see this obsession, with these guys that he thinks are just, trying to make a fool of themselves for the crowd to have a good time. You see that obsession slowly start to take over him, and you see the slow, decline and Jey Uso slowly chipping away at the armor before WrestleMania. And we have a lot of build, so, we could take time to where, some weeks, Gunther puts him to sleep. Some weeks he beats him up. But, at the same time, you could use that to also put chinks in Gunther's armor, will have them go back and forth till Mania. You could also have Otis brag to Chad Gable about how he has a win over Gunther. So
that right there kind of sold me on it.
Right?
I'm not that last one. I wasn't feeling anything you were saying until you said Otis brags to Chad. That actually would be that made me interested.
Well, here's the thing. I understand why WWE didn't do it, because they're trying to make Gunther look like this mountain that Jey Uso has to overcome. Jey Uso already lost 2 matches to Gunther, so you want to make him look like this mountain. That way when Jey Uso goes over, it's solidified that he's on this next level.
Yeah, he's actually lost 3. And I want Gunther to get worse, actually. I want Gunther to completely dominate Jey all the way. Because we started to see Jey get a little passion finally about how he is starting to doubt himself, and he hates it. He hates that he's doubting himself. And I saw a little bit of the bloodline Jey Uso, and that's the Jey Uso. Whether or not we all loved Yeet, we fell in love with the bloodline Jey Uso.
Yes, we did.
And when he caught on with the Yeet, he dropped bloodline Jey Uso. And I saw it again tonight, and that's what I want. So I want Gunther to completely destroy this guy until Mania, and that's what I want him to like. But I want it to get personal. I don't want to just get fights. I want Jey Uso brings his kid to Raw. I want Gunther to slap his kid's food out of his hand. I want Jey to hate this guy.
There were a lot of children crying this weekend, and wrestling has been the best it's been in a long time. So I actually like the idea. I think that's perfect. But, I understand why WWE made the move they did. But I feel like, especially because you could take this 2 different ways with 2 different storylines. I do feel like it was a little bit of a missed opportunity because Chad Gable's out here messing with luchadors now. I care more about what Ivy Nile is doing than I do about Chad Gable. Which, mind you, All of American Made had championship matches last night also. And I wanted Ivy Nile to win so bad.
I wanted them both to win. I do. I know I shouldn't, but I am kind of interested in the Chad Gable storyline. It's so ridiculous and over the top,
right,
that it somehow circled back around to good wrestling story. It was like, oh God, this is stupid. Wait a second. I'm kind of interested. And
right.
So, but it's Chad Gable.
I hear you.
Chad Gable can make something like that.
Oh, he makes anything good. He made Shorty G good.
Exactly. But if it was someone like Austin Theory couldn't make that good. But Chad Gable can.
Not. I will say this. We're getting a little bit of off topic from Raw, but I'm fine with it. Austin Theory is great in the role he has with Grayson right now, especially when he does the things that other faces do. Oh, yeah. That's been so good. The way they've made things work with Austin Theory has just been masterful. And I'm hoping something happens like by Mania, because they've dragged it out and dragged it out and dragged it out. Like, you think the Jade storyline was dragged out long? Like, I've been waiting for this. It feels like over a year at least.
Pretty much.
I've been waiting for this for ages and ages and ages. Like, how long is this gonna go on? They're in NXT. They've dragged this out for so damn long. Like, don't hold your breath if you're waiting for something to happen. But I hope something happens soon. But anyways, yeah, they both had championship matches. They both lost. I do want at least one of them to win a championship by Mania. I mean, we'll see. But, they were good matches, don't get me wrong, especially the Ivy Nile one.
Yes, but I will say this. I will say something. I'm like, I can never just say yes, I agree. I have to be like, I got to throw in my 2 cents.
I am mad at you.
But I got like a nickel. I always have, I don't even throw in 2 cents. So, like, give me change.
Spare change.
I didn't care about the match. WWE has not made me care about Ivy Nile.
Okay.
I think that I know that she's good because I
love her portrayal. I love her portrayal.
But like, they haven't made me care about her like Chelsea Green, and maybe that's unfair because Chelsea Green's like next level. But like, I care about Ivy Nile. I don't care about Lyra Valkyria.
I don't care about Lyra either, to be honest.
Okay, so I think I mixed it up earlier a second ago.
That's okay.
Yeah, I love Ivy now. I love her presentation. I love her confidence. I love how she interacts with Chad Gable, how she interacts with the Creed brothers, how she interacts, period. She's good.
Lyra just kind of exists right now.
Yeah, and I don't hate her. But I don't like her. I have no opinion of her whatsoever.
That's the worst place you could be, though.
Worst. Exactly.
I would rather hate somebody because then I have an opinion. When they're just kind of there, that's the worst place you could be.
Exactly. And so when their match is going on, I care so less about Lyra Valkyria that she made me not care about someone I like.
But that's why I wanted Ivy Nile to win.
Oh, yeah. I wish. She would be a great Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
An excellent Intercontinental Champion.
Because I'll say this, too. The Viking Raiders, they've at least made me care a little bit. Like, I care more about the Viking Raiders than I do Lyra.
I agree. I asked them, I live streamed this on my channel.
Right.
And I asked my channel, I said, hey guys, this is a serious question. I'm not trying to throw shade, but why do you guys like the War Raiders? Because I can see them. I can see that I should like them, but I don't. Can someone tell me why you like them? Because I would like to like them. And they're big dudes and they can go in the ring. And I'm like, okay, I just don't see it yet. I don't see it yet, but I think with a little bit of time and effort, I could find myself liking the War Raiders. I do like their tag team match moves, though. They do very unique partner moves that, like, when they start doing them, that's when I start investing in them.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, I remember them down from, like, NXT.
Yeah, they were good in NXT.
I remember how amazing they were. I mean, everybody was good in NXT. It was hard to screw someone up in NXT because NXT back in its golden age, some of the best wrestling I've ever seen in my life. Like,
sorry if I'm yawning. It's not the company. It's the fact that I got 3 hours of sleep.
Nah, dude, I'm right there with you. Don't worry about it. But, because I remember back in that golden age of NXT, I think the best wrestling on any brand that anybody's ever seen, even now. Like, you look at some of the pure wrestling that just happened at that time, and you look at Ring of Honor, AEW, like any stretch in any company, some of the best work I think I've ever seen. Like, I think one of the best matches that I saw, I think, involved the Viking Raiders, and it was Ricochet and somebody else.
I don't know.
And I forget what happened, and it was just insanity watching that match. There was a spot where Ricochet caught the bigger of the two Forgive me, I get them mixed up a little bit.
I
But
don't even know. Ivar and something. Ivar, I don't know.
Ivar and Akbar. I want to say Ahmed, but I know that's completely wrong.
I think it's Ivar and the other guy. I think that's his name.
Something like that. But then you have your main event, which, I mean, I didn't know what I wanted for Mania. I think they could have taken it, any one of three ways where, Belair could face Ripley or Sky. We get a triple threat. And, any one of those wouldn't have been so bad. But I don't know. I think I really like the result of the match where Io Sky became the new champion. It was a great match to watch.
Good match. Great match.
The end of the match was real intense. There was a lot going on between Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and that spot where, Io counters the Riptide and throws Rhea off the top rope and then hits the over the moonsault. It was I got chills watching the end of that match, man. I enjoyed the hell out of that.
It was very, very good. I'm very happy that women wrestling has come so far that we've had 2 women main events in 2 weeks in a row, and we didn't have to shout out the fact like I'm doing right now, saying, "Oh wow, look at us, we're doing a women's match." No, it just called for it. It wasn't like it wasn't forced into place.
Right.
Two in a row, and then they showed up. Last week's tag team match was one of the best tag team matches. I'm not saying women's tag team matches. I'm saying tag team matches I have seen in a very long time. And yesterday was also a very solid main event with a shock winner.
Yeah.
And not just a shock winner to like, oh God, I can't believe that person won. No, it made sense that they won.
Right.
But it's still kind of a shocking because we're so close to Mania. Rhea Ripley's the anointed one by The Undertaker. And it's like, whoa.
And then Io Sky wins and you're like, whoa.
I know. And honestly, here's how I went into it. I like Io better than Rhea, but I wanted Rhea to win because I like Bianca above them all. And I wanted to see Bianca versus Rhea. The problem with Rhea is and it's not her fault, but she's so tall, she's so muscular that it's almost impossible to see her fighting from a face perspective because a face needs to, they need to overcome a mountain. And Rhea is a mountain. So it's hard to really get invested in her as a face because when she was with Liv Morgan, she would literally come out and say, "I'm going to beat you up," and then she would just beat her up.
Yeah, so it was almost like you were picking on her after a while.
Yeah, but Bianca can just go 1-to-1. And so I was really excited to see that. But they did something in this. When Rhea lost, a lot of the focus was on Io, but I was focused on Rhea. And Rhea was like, "Oh, you idiot. You idiot." She was yelling at herself.
Oh, yeah.
And you could tell, and something in that, and I have not cared about her at all since she's been a face. But something made me, well, maybe when she lost Dom at SummerSlam, but something made me feel like sorry for her. Right. Which I hadn't felt in a very long time. And you should feel sorry for a face. You want to feel sorry for a face.
Something happens, yeah.
And then they did internet exclusive. They do it all the time, and these are great. WWE.com, they did it. Jackie Redmond came up to Rhea, and she was like, "How are you feeling?" And Rhea said, "Isolated. Right. I feel isolated. I can't blame anybody but myself. I seen this all year long." And she just was so hard on herself. I literally wanted to tell her, "Hey man, we all make mistakes." I felt for Rhea for the first time in a long time.
Here's the thing. There's a part of me that wants to see her go after Bianca Belair because now Bianca Belair has so much on her mind and is being pulled into so many different directions before Mania with the Jade Cargill attack that we'll get into in a little bit, with Naomi being out because of that, having to talk to the two of them, and now you have Rhea Ripley on the side of that, who, you know, could take this in so many directions after she has time to, you know, sit down and think about what happened in her match. Because she could be like, nah, forget this, you know, I'm going to ruin your path to Mania. And this could set up the Bianca Belair heel turn, which I think we've all been waiting for a while now. You know,
I like her as a face, but I know
I do too, but we've never seen it.
Not since NXT, and I will I'm gonna like it. It's hard for me to really enjoy a face. So when I'm enjoying a face, I hope they stay as long as possible because I usually just tend to love the heel.
Right. Oh man.
But she's gonna be an excellent heel. She's a bitch. she can be, and in all the good ways.
Oh no, I'm waiting for them to set it up. They've just here's the thing. They've just needed a reason, and they've just needed a trigger, and they haven't had a trigger. Now they're finally starting to build that trigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be it's exciting. It's very unpredictable. Many paths this could take.
Yeah, man. All right, so now let's talk about Elimination Chamber, because that pretty much covers the entire show for Monday Night Raw. And it was only a 4-match card. Very few matches, but a lot of substance. Shout out to Darren Silver, who is now with us on the show.
What's up, Darren Silver?
As we get into the women's match in Elimination Chamber, which involved Naomi. It involved Liv Morgan. It involved Alexa Bliss. It involved Bianca Belair. It involved... I am blanking on the last two a little bit. Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez.
Bailey. You forgot Bailey.
There we go. There. But here's what I will say. It was a really fun...
and you forgot the 7th participant, Jade Cargill.
I'm getting into that. Here's the thing. You know, it started off fast and furious with the Jade Cargill appearance. We haven't seen Jade Cargill since she was taken out, you know, a few months ago before her Survivor Series match, and Naomi has benefited immensely from that, winning the tag titles, moving up on the card, getting this slot, and it was believed that this attack was conducted by Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez. There was video evidence that didn't really prove anything, but kind of made it look like it. Yeah, it kind of made it look like it was them. Like they just happened to be in the area at the time. So
right, they showed up for work.
Yeah, no, how dare they, right? You know, how dare any of us go into work? You know, we're all just trying to quit the day job, become full-time YouTubers, get more subscribers. Yeah. Like, you get what I'm saying.
You want to know something? I've gotten one step closer today. I'm at 11,000 subscribers.
At 11,000 on YouTube?
Yeah, I got like 2,000 subscribers overnight.
From what exactly?
Last night, I'm still in shock about this actually. Last night I posted a video. Every clue, John Cena's heel turn. Every clue of John Cena's heel turn.
Oh, that's what did it?
And it's at 114,000 views right now.
Yeah, man. No, you guys.
I was like, whoa.
You guys are tuning into this show as well. No, I appreciate you guys. And by the way, we have officially passed 6,000 subscribers.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Good a time to mention that as any. But
right?
Yeah.
It's a celebration. Celebration.
That's right. But anyways, as far as this match goes, Jade Cargill took Naomi out of the match, and Bianca Belair reacted to that the way a lot of men did about this John Cena heel turn.
I did.
I actually made that joke in a short beforehand, and I'm going to link it to this as well. Hopefully, you know, people are going to end up watching it. But, yeah, you should absolutely go check that out. What I will say, it was a great match. I had a lot of fun watching it. But I will say this before we get into the other matches, including the men's match. The men's match had a lot more story in it that I wish the women's match had.
So I would say, pound for pound, the women's match was better. but like wrestling and everything. But again, the storyline in WWE trumps wrestling, and so the men's overall will be like, you're not going to forget the men's. You will eventually forget the women's, but like work rate wise, the women did better in my opinion.
Oh my God.
Story wise, it was the men's.
Oh, dude. So, you know, I loved the Belair stuff. I loved the Naomi stuff. I loved the Liv stuff in the beginning. I mean, that's all we really got with Liv. But as far as Alexa Bliss, Bayley, I forgot Bayley was in the match. Roxanne,
very forgettable. Very forgettable.
Roxanne Perez was the newcomer, but that was really all she had. And I'm glad she got down to the final three. You know, made her look really good. But again, I wish there was more story that was involved in the match. So, Darren, I got a question for you. Is your mic working okay, sir?
It's working. Check your phone first, buddy.
There we go. All right. So, all right, I'll give you a quick second, but there are other matches to get into. So, in short, as we've already talked about a little bit, Bianca Belair did win the match. She had my favorite spot in the match where she whipped Liv Morgan with her hair. You heard it crack the steel, crack her back. You saw the welts the next day. Oh my God, dude. That white lady got whipped so hard, that could be like reparations for some people.
No comment there. But I will say that she got whipped so hard in a night where Jade Cargill, Randy Orton, and John Cena those two returned. John Cena turned heel, and we're talking about a hair whip. That's how hard it was. It wasn't completely forgettable.
that gave me flashbacks to when I used to get my ass beat as a kid.
That was like it was insane.
That whip gave me PTSD. Like that was one of the loudest whips, chops, anything like that I've ever heard in my life.
Ever.
Oh,
like the fact that we are talking about it shows that it was insane.
Like I've never seen somebody almost get sliced in half with somebody else's hair.
Right? Like that should have been her. That should be her new finisher at this point.
Like you almost watched Liv Morgan's esophagus fall out. Liv Morgan was almost no longer living after that hair whip to the spleen.
Liv Morgan definitely the MVP of that match.
Like I whipped I whipped my hair back and forth. You almost didn't. It almost stayed there.
It's just like right between.
Yeah, no, like that was almost a Mortal Kombat type of situation with some hair. I've never seen that, but Liv Morgan, the MVP, Bianca Belair won the match. Roxanne looked very strong. I enjoyed the match. I do wish there was a little bit more story, but I will say this: it was better than the bathroom break match that was next. The match.
Do we even need to talk about it? Do we even need to talk about that?
The match itself wasn't bad. There's just nothing there.
The match itself, the fact that there was so little there that I couldn't even watch the match. Right. It's like, I gotta have some investing. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there have been times where I had no interest in a match, and eventually at some point it draws you in. This one never drew me in, though.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And now it's going to be a situation where we're just kind of going to go to, you know, the Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair feud and what really happens with any of the other three people that were involved in this match. So it was almost hopefully
not. You or me?
Go ahead.
Okay. Hopefully Nia takes a break. Hopefully Nia goes on vacation. But I hope that Trish and Tiffany, they come out for a celebration and Charlotte Flair destroys Trish while Tiffany can't do anything about it.
Okay.
That can further their feud. That's the best result I could see if Charlotte Flair can destroy Trish Stratus.
That's actually a lot better than I thought of. So I give you. I really wasn't thinking anything. I was like, how do we make this to where I want to see Tiffany Stratton get over Charlotte Flair at Mania?
Yeah, just destroy Trish. Destroy Trish.
I'm glad someone else thought of that. Treat her like Jade Cargill. Make her not show up for about a year.
Right.
Oh man, Darren, I gotta ask you though, man. What do you think about that? We got Darren Finesilver, a Big Boy Sports member, on the show with us. Let's go, baby!
Let's
There
go.
we
What's
go.
up,
There
brother?
we go. There we go. All right. All right. I'm going to tell you first. I got a couple announcements that I'm going to get off first. I'm going to do my own little thing I got to get off my chest. But
Yes, sir.
first, I can tell you the John Cena. Are we talking about John Cena? Or are we talking about
Not yet. Not yet. We're not talking about John Cena just yet.
Well,
Almost there.
All I'm saying in this right here, I'm just talking heel turn in general. Any of these heel turns, it's not for the kids, guys. It's not for the kids.
They're supposed to be crying, Darren.
No, yeah, they're supposed to cry. Make the kids cry. Make wrestling great, man. Wrestling is great. This shit, these kids that are watching this couldn't last a day in the independent circuit, okay?
Break-A-Wish Foundation.
We don't have time. We don't have time for feel-good stories for any of them, man. This is for the wrestler fans. This is for the people that are invested, not the little kids that are like, oh, I'm going to get a little shirt, a little farewell tour. Forget you. If you stay around long enough, regardless of what you do, whether it's you work at McDonald's or you're a professional wrestler, the longer you stay around, you watch your heroes turn into villains.
There is an Instagram post that I do want to talk about later. Ken, you might already know what I'm talking about, but, let me also get...
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, the match that wasn't a chamber match that we actually cared about, which is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, which, they've done that so many times that I'm surprised I was as invested in it as I was. But I love the direction they took where, this time was different. We're never coming back from this. And both guys are really trying to hurt the other and end their career. And it just brought a different intensity that we haven't seen to this long-standing feud. It instantly made me think of Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, that years-long feud that we saw in NXT. It was that level of intense. And they really brought it in the ring with all those table spots, all those chair spots. Kevin Owens whacked himself in the head with the chair. We thought we were done with chairs to the head. Not if you do it on your own.
Yeah, right? Loophole.
I think if you want to know something cool, you follow the independent circuit at all, John Sharp.
I am a good guy manager on the independent circuit right now.
What are you look like you're like a Joey Janela kind of guy. You a Joey Janela guy?
Who, me?
You talking to me?
Both you guys Joey Janela guys?
It's not bad. I could do it.
I don't follow the independent scene. I know of it. I know some of the major players, but I don't really follow it as much.
Well, John, get Joey Janelli's balls out your mouth, okay? Joey Janelli, fuck Joey Janelli. It's about Dylan Bostic, okay?
What I want to know is who hurt this man.
No. Do you know about that? Did you know about everything that was all on the internet? Dylan Bostic about to kick Joey Janelli's ass at GCW? Do you know about that? Did you see all that all on the blogs?
Oh. I have not seen this. I haven't actually seen anything GCW related since Baron Corbin.
You guys got the phone. You got a little thing to pop this up. GCW, Joey Janelli, and Dylan Bostic.
I definitely want to look it up, but you're getting a little off topic here, sir.
All right, I'm talking about because I'm supporting the Hill. I'm tired of all these baby faces. So
That's
anything
fair.
anything that you hear me say or that you guys talk about, and it's face this. Oh, CM Punk's so cute. Blah blah blah. I don't want to hear about it. Anytime you are chanting for these faces and you're kissing their ass, it's like, what do you want to do? Take them on a date to Olive Garden?
This man did say he was in his heel era, and he definitely is because he brought up Olive Garden. Continue.
I'll take him on a date to Olive Garden.
That's fair.
You and CM Punk, you guys can eat your pasta ragatoni, okay? I'm trying to party like a real rock star.
But how can a heel be a heel without a good face? You need a good face.
Yes, sir.
You just need to kick ass. That's all you gotta do. I don't care if it.
Okay, so if we just have a federation of heels, then nobody. It's like, what's the point? You got to have a face.
The point is who's actually a badass wrestler, technical wrestler. I mean, I'm tired of all this cutesy shit, gimmick this. What is it, Batman versus Superman? This isn't, oh, we got the cute guys and the good guys. It's about just being a badass in the industry, man.
Can I just say this?
So,
Can I just say this? When he brought up the rigatoni and the reggaeton, he started sounding like Enzo Amore to me for a second.
The rigatoni, man. You know, hey, I know I'm fat boy sports, big boy sports, man.
Yes,
Got to
sir.
bring out my food. All I'm saying, man, is you watch. After a while, you'll start seeing some good hill matches.
What's a hill match? What is a hill? You keep saying hill. I don't understand.
I don't know. You just never see like the old school, like badass, like WCW or not WCW, WWE Attitude Era. Like it was just everybody, just like.
But there was faces in the Attitude Era.
I mean, there was faces for sure, but you still had your like badass guys going against each other. Like
who?
I don't know. I mean, like you gotta think about like Kane versus Big Show. That wasn't like face versus face. Those were just badass wrestlers. Like.
No, there would be a face. Kane definitely had a face. He started talking. X-Pac was like, "You don't need that."
I love how you did the throat like Kane used to do, like when he first started talking.
Suck it. You know, they were playing to the crowd.
I'll set myself on fire.
Yeah, in a way, but I mean, okay, that's a bad example, but still.
You need good guys and you need bad guys because you need two opposing sides in a story, and you can sympathize with the heel. Those are the best heels because you see their side, but at the same time, you can't, support their actions.
Are you talking wrestling, or are you watching Days of Our Lives with your mom again, dude?
I don't know.
That is wrestling. Wrestling is soap opera. So he is talking wrestling.
I don't know. John Cena's giving me One Life to Live vibes right now. I mean, I got to say that. Listen, my mom is a big General Hospital fan. I used to know somebody that was really into novellas, and wrestling will make you feel emotions, is what I'm trying to say.
I'd love to be in the Sharp House, man, the Johnny Sharp House, and
all I know is when this heel turn happened, this man was in tears. But before we get to that, Kevin Owens wins the match after not one, but two power bombs on the apron, a fisherman's buster to a chair that completely destroys it before Kevin Owens gets suplexed off of it. Barbed wire was involved in this match. The Blue Thunder Bomb. There was a drop toe hold onto barbed wire, which Kevin Owens sold like his eye came out of his skull. Like, it gave me flashbacks to Rey Mysterio's eye for an eye match.
Oh, God, that was horrible.
Hey, man, you know what? You could have made eye for an eye work in that match. It was so brutal.
I wish, I don't need color for matches, but this one deserved it. I understand why they did it, because they made Cody bleed later in the night. So, in my opinion, they shouldn't have brought out the barbed wire.
They're gonna give us a match where we're gonna get a ton of color. I think you'll see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in Hell in a Cell at some point.
I would love that.
Yes.
But this one, it either needed color or it shouldn't have brought in barbed wire. Barbed wire to me means you're gonna bleed.
But I agree with the barbed wire part. Maybe tax would have been a little bit better. That would have been a little bit better of a scenario. But I will say this: it got the reaction from the crowd. And
it was a great match.
It was eaten up for sure. And I think there was a right amount of brutality for it, even without the color. Like, we've never seen Kevin Owens hit that apron powerbomb twice.
Yeah, no, I love the match. My critique is just, I don't know, if there would have been blood, it would have been a 10. Without the blood, it's a 9.8. So it's still a great match.
Fair enough. And then I love the way that they set up the Randy Orton entrance, where he was about to deliver a package pile driver on the concrete floor to Sami Zayn. And, the way they sell that package pile driver, Sammy would have been stretchered out for all of his matches going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's, good. Overall, good. I wish Randy would have came out during the match and cost Kevin Owens the match.
Yeah.
Or I wish they would have saved his return until SmackDown.
Well, here's the thing. Kevin is going to lose at Mania, most likely. He's probably going to get punted in the head. He's going to go away for a little bit. And something when Kevin Owens comes back is going to just completely go off. Because he's teased snapping, and he's kind of starting to show mannerisms like he's starting to crack a little bit.
He comes back. You don't feel he's cracked yet?
When he finally fully cracks, he's just gonna go full on psycho, try to hurt people in all of his matches, and you're gonna see him take out one person after another, and it's gonna be a completely unhinged Kevin Owens like we've never seen before, and I'm gonna be here for that.
Maybe he comes back in a Mankind mask, and we get the second coming of Mankind.
I wouldn't hate it. I absolutely would not hate it. Sami Zayn could be the second coming of Dude Love.
There you go.
Try to bring him back. Oh man, that would be so great. It's probably such a terrible idea, but like my headcanon is enjoying it.
Yeah, it would be good for like one night.
Oh man, I love it. But here we go. We're talking about the Elimination Chamber, this time on the men's side. And again, there was so much story here that made this match so good. There was Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest stuff.
Hated that. I hate that they keep making Drew McIntyre look weak, and that the small package or the roll up is his downfall. I'm done with Drew McIntyre looking weak. That dude was set up to be the bloodline hunter, and now look at him. Damian Priest rolls him up.
Here's the thing. There are so many guys that happens to that it is the real most devastating move in all of sports entertainment.
That's right, Simon.
The surprise roll up can get anybody. Like you ought to shave my head bald just for quoting that.
There are 4 matches that he has lost to though. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, right, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins. All 4 times surprise roll-ups. Come on, dude.
Did Seth Rollins need to beat him with the surprise roll-up? Because like you said, he keeps falling for the same thing over and over again. And what I do understand is they're trying to keep that downward spiral rolling. They're just trying to, have him go down and down and down and down.
Yeah, but it felt like they did that. They set him up so perfect though at the end of last year. That's what sucks. I wish they would have ever introduced the idea of this bloodline hunter, because the potential in that was so off the charts.
And now they just kind of, left it alone.
Yeah.
So I agree with that 100%. I will say this. One second, Darren, and then I'll come to you.
Tag me in, coach.
I got you. This is Hot Tag Takes. Just give me 1 second. What I will say is we haven't seen Jimmy since the attack from Drew McIntyre, unless I'm missing something, but he attacked him, acted like nothing was going on, and we haven't seen Jimmy since. But let me hand it off to Darren. Darren's got something to say.
Was that tag? Is that tag? You tagged me?
That's a tag. Hot tag.
All right. Let me hop in. Here's my thing. The roll-up, I get it. I feel like it's it's like overused. But what I like about it, as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking deep thoughts here, is like it keeps his badass like image. You know what I mean? Like you got beat by a roll-up. So here's my thing, is think of it like this. Think of like, a cow. You see a cow, and I know I'm going to get goofy here, but you ever see like a cow out in like the fields and the flies are on him? The flies start eating on the ears and shit, and the fly starts like kicking at you, or the cow starts kicking at the flies. Here's my thing, is those guys are like little flies. Those aren't like big name bulky guys. And I think when he snaps, he's going to take them all out one by one. I'm thinking like maybe just brogue kicks for everybody. Just you get a brogue kick, you get a brogue kick, you get a brogue kick. Or not brogue kick. Is it brogue kick?
Claymore.
Okay, you know what I meant.
They're similar.
I think he's going to snap, and kind of like how you said with the Kevin Owens hurting people, I think he's just going to snap, and he's just going to like, kind of like a Snitsky kind of thing, like, it's not my fault.
That's Kevin Owens, though, not Drew McIntyre. No, they can't have them both do the same thing.
I think it might be a similar, and it might set them up for like a one-on-one kind of cross
or tag team.
That's where I'm kind of thinking like the Hill. This is just listen to something. The Hill versus Hill is these guys are both going to do something, and then it's like they're going to tag team up for a second, and then one of them's going to cross. And I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. That's my hot tag on that. So
I will say this, to Darren's point, he's not constantly getting beat by looking up at the lights. I will say that. So there is that, but also to your point, also Ken. When you get beat by the same thing, you do tend to look a little bit silly. especially, because in that match, they made it very clear Drew McIntyre's focus was on John Cena, not where it should have been to another guy that was on his feet in Damian Priest. And, that kind of cost him and caused him to be the first man eliminated, And I am excited to see Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania. But here is my concern, because I feel like Damian Priest is going to win that match. Where does Drew McIntyre go after that?
Dude, he
keep
wins.
the downward spiral going and going,
I don't even know what I'll do if he wins. Honestly, I'm not going to quit watching wrestling, even though I might threaten it. If he wins, I quit. No, I'm going to keep watching. But I would hate it. I would angry tweet. That's about it.
But it's just where does he go from there after that? That's my concern with that. But
like one day he's going to be champion again. It just sucks that he has to eat loss after loss after loss until he gets it.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how he comes back up, but I know we're still a little while away from that. But a lot of other guys were involved in this match. Logan Paul would go on to eliminate Damian Priest, who was out next. Really nice frog splash off the top of the chamber. You could always count on Logan Paul for a good couple of viral spots in a match. I am curious to see what they're going to do with Logan Paul, because like we talked about, they are seemingly going ahead with the Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre match, and I feel like Logan Paul is coming out of the chamber with the least amount of direction.
It looks like it's AJ Styles. AJ Styles is calling him out next week.
That's right, he did. I mean, I would love to see it. I'm down for that.
It'll be a good match, but honestly, I think their characters are too different. Unless AJ Styles goes with this is about respect of the industry, and you're just like a brat. That's all about it. And then Logan Paul, you're an old man.
Hey man, I'm gonna enjoy seeing Logan Paul go over though, if he does. I feel like that would be a huge win for Logan Paul. A win over AJ Styles.
It would be cool because there would be so many internet marks that would just die.
Well,
if
that's
so
it'd
be
true.
funny.
Yo, do you want Logan Paul to beat AJ Styles, Darren?
Are you tagging me? I'm on the ropes.
I want to see it.
Hot tag! Woo!
I'm turning into my Ultimate Warrior. Let me Hulk.
I'm diving to you, man. I already dove to you.
All right, here's what I think. I know it sounds crazy. You guys got me on this wrestling thing, and John gets me all in these wrestling things, and I half-ass know what's going on in the company. But is the world title still a thing, right? That world title still a thing?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, and who's that on? Was that with the Kevin Owens direction we was going with in that match, or?
Well, there's two right now. There's the Undisputed and the world title.
Yeah, Undisputed is what Cody's got.
Yes, and the world title's on Gunther.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Here's what I think. I think they're going to set Logan Paul on the trajectory to build him up. I don't know if he's going to go against Gunther, but I think build up Logan Paul, get him on like these other guys, kind of like AJ Styles is like the older guy. He'll put him over. I
like that. I like that a lot, actually. That's a good idea.
And get him, because like I said, I don't even know if he's on the station to go against Cody, but it doesn't make the right move. Cody's for.
He's gone against Cody, though, already.
This is the hottest take I'm about to drop, okay? Cody is for, like, and I'm cringing. You guys might get mad at me here. Cody's for, like, the wrestlers, like, the heritage, the legacy fans, because it's Dusty's son. It's fair. The classic, the American boys.
That's fair. That's fair.
He does have a neck tattoo.
Let's crack a beer, a ham, and get wild up where Gunther is like, it's the new age of wrestlers. Okay,
the match is sacred.
Was that Elon Musk? Was that an Elon Musk salute right there? You're banned. But it's like, that's cool. Like, that's for like the new age wrestlers, like the new people starting to watch wrestling, in my opinion. So you get Logan Paul. It's like, some of these kids have only seen Logan Paul through wrestling. They didn't see Logan Paul as he was a viral internet sensation, kind of like a Mike the Miz kind of thing. And I think what they're going to do with Logan the Paul. What they're going to do with Logan Paul is I think he's going to go on like a Miz kind of trajectory. Like, okay, let's set him up. This is his opportunity. don't let him get the the big title, because they put the big title on it, the undisputed. Now it's like, dude, you just tanked the whole entire company for some.
I like that a lot, actually.
He's more athletic than the Miz. But I will say this: I would pay to see a Jey Uso versus Logan Paul match.
That's what I'm about to say. Piggyback off what he just said. Get Logan Paul win on AJ Styles. Have Jey Uso win. Boom. Logan Paul fights Jey Uso. Logan Paul wins the title. I like that. What you just said, that could work. That's actually really good storytelling.
Did I earn my kudo points from earlier in the thing?
Yes, you did.
Kudos for real.
Papa Hill versus Hill. I'm like, I'm just thinking, see.
It's good if you do it right. I'm not hating it.
And here's where I'm going. So now I can bring you on Hill versus Hill. Is to some people, you could still look at Logan Paul as he's like a heel, just because some people just are like, he might be a face within the company, but it's the people what they see outside of him. They don't want it's a Paul brother. Like,
no, he's a heel. He's straight up a heel. Everybody hates him.
So then, so imagine they get another heel within the company. I don't know who it is. Who is Kevin Owens? Is he is a heel, starts beating all the people up, and then it's
he's a heel that people kind of low key like.
So so then I could see it turns into Kevin Paul, or not Kevin
Paul.
No, it's not what Kevin Owens, Jake Paul. There we go. Kevin Owens, Jake Paul. Okay, let's not mix them together. It's a Kevin Owens, Jake Paul. Jake Paul almost escapes getting crushed by Kevin, and then it sets up something with those two guys.
All right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind Kevin going back for the world title too. It would be good. If Kevin went after Logan Paul, though, Kevin would have to turn babyface. And Kevin can walk that line, and he can switch back and forth real quick.
I think Kevin needs to be a face after everything that's been going on. A nice little Kevin run would be a face. Kevin run that'd be refreshing.
I mean, I feel like we could get that, but I feel like that's down the line. Anyways,
if this is my soap opera, I resonate. I watched his videos that he posted on X and all those channels, and like, this is not a skit, and this is for the company, and I'm tired of this, and I'm over here. I'm like, man, I'm getting mad because my job made me be in a work meeting that I had to stay 20 minutes after work, and I'm like, man, all this stuff that I do for my company, I'm like, yeah, Kevin Owens, I get you, man. I was like, why don't you break a couple people's ankles? They send them home.
Wouldn't it be so awesome if we could small package pile drive people that make us stay late at work? Why does Kevin Owens get to body slam his employees, but we can't?
Yeah, I want to go up to Tim in finance and say, hey, man, why'd you approve this order, dude? We don't got the funds right now. Bam,
F Tim in finance.
Whoever wants to, you want to give an attitude adjustment to the IT guys? I'll give a double.
I got a table right here they could go through.
They're little
put some barbed wire on it.
Like it's Bill's Mafia.
Hey,
set it on fire.
Hey, I would love to put my IT guy through the table, okay?
All right.
So I do have to run soon, but I want to talk John Cena. I need to talk John Cena before I go.
Seth Rollins, John Cena, CM Punk were the last three in the match. We got down to the final two with John Cena, CM Punk. Seth Rollins delivers a curb stomp. John Cena hops on him, which should have been an obvious sign for a lot of us.
Should have been. And I thought about it too. I was like,
right. And John Cena comes away with the win. But what we did not see coming, I did point out the press conference with John Cena at the Royal Rumble after he was eliminated by Jey Uso. I did point that out on last week's show. And then 5 days later, I was ordering from a Chick-fil-A 2 minutes before it closed, which is the real biggest heel move in this show. But, when this happened, you have John Cena doing a face-off with Cody Rhodes. The Rock comes out. For some reason, Travis Scott is there.
For some reason.
Yeah. And, we're waiting for the decision if Cody Rhodes will sell his soul to The Rock and become the corporate champion. And we get the three most eloquent words that, in Pat McAfee's words, the most shocking saying in the history of saying things. And those three words are, go fuck yourself.
Rock.
Another thing we would love to say to our boss. Let me just say that now.
Right?
Total face thing to say. It's perfect.
I'm very close to saying it to my boss, actually.
I'm not mad at you, bro. Don't worry about it.
I'm a face. I think with the company, I say it every day, but you know,
I feel like I'm a face.
Hey, go fuck yourself, man. But
I stand by the company. It's fine.
Then he just tells me, "Hey, focus, Darren. Get up there. We need them KPI reports." And I'm like, "Well, I do like food, so all right, sir."
That does help. So, but John Cena is, very happy that this happened, probably for his own selfish reasons that we don't know about for the next 30 seconds. He daps up Cody Rhodes, they give each other a hug, and then you see John Cena's face go stiff. And you know in that moment exactly what's happening, and I get chills down my spine as it's happening. I remember seeing Ken's reaction. No, don't do it. The way Bianca Belair reacted to that Jade Cargill attack is how Ken was reacting on his stream.
So I know I'm going to love the John Cena heel turn. John Cena's a heel. That's something I wanted 10 years ago. All right. I know it's going to be beautiful. But in that moment, the shock and awe of the fact that I had come to accept all my dreams of a heel Cena had died long ago. And so all I was thinking about was, I don't know, it brought me back to Hulk Hogan turning back in the day, which I eventually loved the heel Hogan. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not going to enjoy the ride. But in that moment, it was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. What are you doing?
So here's the thing. When you talk about different heel turns in wrestling, there's been some good ones, there's been some amazing ones, there's been lackluster ones, of course. And I'm thinking of all the different heel turns, and, people are asking themselves, is this the greatest heel turn of all time? And I think to really know, we would have to see how this plays out to really say it's this. But I think as of right now, for me, it's up there, bro. I think of Hogan. I think of the night Austin turned heel at Mania 17. Obviously, that heel turn didn't go all that great afterward. It had its moments. We got some nice music on a ukulele out of it, but that turn was what it was.
Oh yeah,
but
you can say it was shocking, but it wasn't impactful. What kind of impact? I think this will have impact.
It already has.
It's a different kind of impact because wrestling is so exposed now. But it's still, the impact is different. As long as they don't fumble in the next year, like they fumbled with Stone Cold.
Right. No, I 100% agree.
It'll be number 2. This is probably going to be the number 2, possibly number 1. Highly doubt it, but number 2. Of all time.
Here's the thing. John Cena's already showed up less. People were roasting him on SmackDown the day before the Chamber. And now you have him in a situation where he could come back in a few weeks, obviously, because he's not showing up. And it could be a situation of, I decided to do what's best for business for my 17th world title. I never gave up on this, even though that I chose to sell my soul. So hustle, loyalty, and respect can become a little bit more twisted. And you could see him stoop to any means to regain the world championship, which he has not held in years, and get that record-breaking 17th world title from Cody Rhodes. And then you see a true reign of terror from John Cena as we get...
I hope John Cena wins. I hope John Cena beats Cody,
God.
and I hope he holds it all the way to December. I hope he is telling us throughout the entire year, I am taking this title with me to Hollywood. And when I retire and you guys start a whole new title, just know that it's a fake title and this is the real one. And for a whole year, everybody is chasing that.
I hope that he gets power hungry and goes back on his word and loses it at Mania 42.
You know what? Now that he's a heel, he can
absolutely
all be
do
alive.
that. He could go back on his word.
It could all be alive. Yep.
Like that's all fair game. He's already not showing up for his retirement tour. Why not?
He can do whatever he wants now that he's a heel. Whatever he wants.
I'm waiting for the Hollywood elite versus the wrestlers of today, and I'm waiting for a big, huge Survivor Series match that involves The Rock, John
War
Cena.
Games.
People, here's the thing too, because people are speculating that there's going to be another person involved. I already heard from one person. Shout out to Scott Johnson of Going Ringside that person could be Batista. That was a suggestion thrown out there. I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't either, but it can't be Batista.
It probably can, but
he's in no shape anymore. He lost all of his muscles.
He did. It's headcanon though. A man can dream, right?
Right.
But the thing with John Cena's heel turn is that it is so industry shifting. It's so shaking to the core that nobody really ever saw it coming.
Did you see the video?
Go ahead.
Did you see the video I released yesterday? The one that I was talking about earlier? Go watch it. It's like I break down every clue there is. I might have missed one or two, but because I had some people say a couple things, but there's a lot of clues and every single time a clue came to my face, I was just like, nah, can't. John Cena was too much of a good guy for me to think that they would turn him heel. I think we need a hot tag.
Yeah, man, 100%. So last thing from Darren, and then we do unfortunately have to end the show tonight. Told y'all there was a lot to talk about.
Lots.
All right. I'm dropping it. It's the bad guy. The
John
bad
Cena
guy
already
isn't
did.
John Cena. The bad guy. The heel isn't John Cena. The heel is the WWE. Okay, let me tell you the hottest tag. The hottest tag. I'm telling you this. You guys said it. He's a heel. He can go back and say whatever he wants. Oh, it's not a real retirement. It's not a real retirement. Blah blah blah. And WWE can put that out there. We all believe it. Hey, Royal Rumble came to Lucas Oil Stadium. They had the John Cena Colts T-shirts. And that was for the people. That was for the audience, for them to buy. Oh, John he's a face. I love John Cena. I'm gonna wear my John Cena shirt. It's got the Indianapolis Colts colors. Blah blah blah. All this stuff for everybody to buy. Buy. John Cena's retirement. He's not retired. He's not retiring. But here's what I think. What you guys both have some good points. Okay, does he hold it? Is he going to take it to retirement? Here's my thing is how was they going to deal with a universal title and a world title? It would make sense. That title kind of retires out. They retire the title, the universal title, while John Cena goes away. That's an option. Or another option, here's what I'm thinking, is John Cena flaunts, talks his stuff like he's going to take the title to Hollywood, and lo and behold, who's been John Cena's rival, his arch nemesis, basically through his whole entire career, who he was competing with, the heel while he was the face? Randy fucking Orton. Tell me you get John Cena, Randy Orton, WrestleMania one last fucking time.
I mean, if there's any time that you want to run John Cena versus Randy Orton back, it would be now. And I would not mind a face Randy Orton versus a heel John Cena. That is a sentence I never thought I would say. Because I left you a hot take on one of your videos, and it was about face CM Punk versus heel John Cena. And I said if I told you you should be excited for heel John Cena versus face CM Punk, I wouldn't blame you if you slapped me, beat me up, and robbed me of all my valuables. I could understand why you think I deserved that. But it's true. I am excited for face CM Punk versus heel John Cena in 2025.
Let me throw out one other thing that I'm thinking it's crazy. This is the black horse. Somehow it's a fatal four-way. Now this is my dream. I'm about to tell you guys all my wet dream.
McMahon
right now.
in every corner again. Here we go.
Do it.
Get ready.
That's a real heel move.
If I could pick it, if I was to grab my little action figures out of the bin and start playing with them, here's what I would want. Okay, I'm telling you, I'd like a John Cena, Randy Orton. One-on-one would be cute if it could happen. That'd be awesome. But what would be spicy, because a man likes to have other options. We get John Cena, Randy Orton, CM Punk And then when John Cena is about to get ready to win, I don't know how they would do it. His other arch nemesis, Chris Jericho. I know he's loyal to AEW. I know it would have to be a miracle. This is what a boy could dream. This is what I would want. Here comes out of nowhere, Chris Jericho just bow.
What we need to have happen is Travis Scott hit somebody in the face for real again. A lot like he did at Elimination Chamber. Listen, you had John Cena and The Rock, two big, huge, muscular dudes beating up on Cody Rhodes, and the man that threw the hardest punch was Travis Scott.
Okay, so how about this?
He's a real one.
Travis Scott slaps Chris Jericho. Then it's Travis Scott versus Chris Jericho. Fozzy does like a remix. If Chris Jericho loses,
this man books like Vince Russo.
Fozzy has to do like a musical track to one of Travis Scott's raps. That'd be kind of, I don't know.
Ken, did you hear me? This man books like Vince Russo.
Get a pull.
Oh my God. Oh, but dude, I mean, how are you? I gotta ask you before we go, because Ruben just stepped out. I offered to take him home because the last bus is coming. But what are you feeling right now, Ken? What are you feeling right now? Because I know, like in the immediate aftermath of the turn, this man was heartbroken, like he was watching General Hospital. Like, what are you feeling right now, 3 days later?
3 days later, I've gone through the grieving process. I've went through all 7 stages: denial, I'm in acceptance. Like I said, it's gonna be great. Heel John Cena is gonna be amazing and awesome. Something I thought I would never get. Last year, when The Rock turned heel, I actually always enjoyed a heel Rock.
Right.
I never thought I would get that. But not in a million years did I think I would get heel John Cena. So I'm really excited now. I am very excited. I do feel bad for those kids that are crying, though. I do feel bad.
But do we, though? Do we?
No, I do. But that's good, though. It's good because I like that wrestling can bring out emotions.
That's fair.
Hey, can I tag in? I know Ken's talking, but man, is Ken gonna lead like an emotional support for all the heartbroken John Cena fans? Like,
I would.
He already needed it.
One. I would if they need one.
Hey, let's pitch it. I got a website. We can put it on there. We can sell emotional support and
do it. I'll send them to my channel. Say that you sent them. I'll host a Zoom and we'll talk our feelings. We'll pass the stick.
I'll take it. I need 10% of all the sales though. You think
we're gonna start an AA meeting? That's what this has come to.
Hey, John BRECKO didn't introduce me properly. I'm comedian, not just some fat boy talking sports, man.
I'm just some fat boy talking.
He does look pretty funny.
No, nothing wrong. I wish I could.
Big ass nose.
I wish life was simple as just buying a pack of Panini Prestige and hoping that I pull a gym. And really, when half the cards are just junk anyway.
Snap it to a Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
But what I was saying though, and here's the thing: you guys want to take a dump on kids who watch wrestling. But here's the thing.
We gotta replenish.
I didn't say that. We gotta replenish the stock. It can't just be 40-year-olds watching wrestling.
No, right? I do love it. That's what I was saying. It's like it's especially collecting the action figures. I like that they make the Razor Ramones, but at the same time, I'm glad they're making 5 or 10 Jake Pauls or Logan Pauls or whoever the hell he is. Because as much as I'm not a fan of it, there's kids out there that only know Logan Paul through wrestling, which is
right.
In a million years, I'd say this. That's actually kind of cool, and it's kind of adorable in a weird way. Like I hope Mattel and WWE and all those guys don't just come in and just crush it. And I think the reason you cried this because this is soap operas. I analyze watching soap operas because women want to have a guy that's gentle and caring. Here's the reason. I know why you cried, Ken. You cried, Ken, and John. I don't know if you cried. Maybe you laughed. You giggled. Whatever.
I was like, oh shit, outside of Chick-fil-A.
What you said earlier, and it didn't go unnoticed. I heard you, Ken. When they fucked up with Stone Cold back in the day. And they messed up, and you're worried that John Cena has been the guy, the man, the, whatever you name it. He pulled all your heartstrings. He comes in as a white boy rapper from West Newbury, Massachusetts.
Doctor of Thugonomics.
Some weird ass, probably like 99.9% white population. We don't have enough time to pull the demographics up, but it is what it is. And if it's not, and it is the diversity, I'm sorry for the disrespect. It's just, it is Massachusetts. The logo is the Celtics is a white leprechaun. I mean, what else can you get from that? I think that's the only team in the league that has a human as a mascot thing. But anyway, you're worried that John Cena, who we've, whether you like him or not, and I think, whether you like him or not, has been one of the most polarizing guys since Ric Flair. Not since Ric Flair, but in regards of just you love him or hate him, you're still with him, Like Ric Flair's got allegations up the wazoo, and there's people that support him. You know what I mean? John Cena could go rob a bank right now, but you're still gonna love him. Or he could, because John Cena's the type of guy. His character made it where it's like, is this guy gonna beat up an old woman, or is he gonna walk her across the street and say, "Hey, lady, let me give you some money so you can get some groceries and you can put some money at the bodega." He had that kind of vibe. Here's another thing we didn't drop, though, is we're scared. I want it to go good, but it's like, is it ready to pass the torch? Is it ready for him to win the world title that matches, that beats Ric Flair's record? That we didn't get on. I don't know if you guys hinted on that earlier, but, that's a thing that's like, okay, how are they going to handle this? It's so many dynamics. It's, it's like you got a soap opera, Day of Our Lives, just got thrown into a telenovela or something, and you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know, are they going to speak two different languages, or is it going to communicate from the new generation and the older generation that's still in the company? How are they going to handle this? This is like delivering a little baby chicken, and you got to be careful with it. You don't want to break its neck. And if John Cena goes out there, they play with this, they toy with it. He goes in, he goes out there, tears his ACL. They can't do nothing with it. Now it's like Aaron Rodgers in New York. Aaron Rodgers in New York was supposed to be this big, great thing. He's American. He's political. It's in New York. It's in the epicenter. But then this guy goes out there, tears his ACL, plays a couple games, plays like shit this season, and now he don't even have a spot on the team. And hell, I don't think he'll even play. I think he might go be on the Pat McAfee show in studio full time, or at least call in full time. I mean, they'll make it happen. But I'm not trying to derail the show. I just think that's where it was really adorable, Ken. I was like, man, you cried. I was like, that's not even me making fun of you being an asshole. I was messing with John. I was like, man, I'm gonna come in here and do a whole heel turn because I was about to pitch this roast I'm on. By the way, Maya Smith, you're gonna be crying afterwards. You're gonna be getting hit harder than Cody Rhodes got with the belt. And if this is a Dave Portnoy thing
with his dad's death date on it.
Your Portnoy thing, and they're going to be magical tears, and it might make it go away. So, woman, Maya Smith, you're going to go down Saturday, March 8th, 8 o'clock or something like that. But anyway, we don't want to have WWE fumble the bag, and then John Cena makes a fool of himself and pulls a Joe Biden and then poops himself, and then we're done.
I mean, I don't see that happening because John Cena's already told you what he's going to do.
That's true. And John Cena is one of the best. That's what I'm saying. If not the best. And, this is like the Jordan versus Kobe debate. The Jordan versus LeBron debate. That's what it, Jordan versus LeBron. Because I think it is, I think, not getting controversial. I think LeBron has passed Kobe with all due respect. But this is, is it GOAT? It's the GOAT versus GOAT. And is it going to come down to Jordan being Cena? Or Ric Flair being LeBron? I flipped it, but you know what I meant.
John Cena has already told you what he's going to do. He's going to show up less. He's going to cheat to win. He's already told you a lot of the things he's going to do. So it's not like this hasn't been in the back of his head for a while, and you're already kind of starting to see it.
And tell me as a kid.
I don't see that.
Tell me how, in my mind, I think that's really cool. Like, as a kid, because I had the action figures, man. I had John Cena with a steel chair hitting Edge in the head because I loved the hardcore era. I was an ECW guy. Like, I love ECW. I wish every match could be a hardcore match. That's just how I liked it. I like that New York style street brawler, just pow, 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 and just everybody's just pummeling. I like the, kind of like the UFC kind of thing, you know, like when it was like the Ken Shamrocks and guys like that, you know, and even Kurt Angles. I like those brawlers, you know, you get some brawlers in there. It really just, it makes things interesting. So I don't know where I was going with that, but oh yeah, so that's my thing is Hill Cena. I'd love it, man. I'd like to see, hell, I'd love to see Cena versus Sandman. I know that'll never happen, but man, that'd be a dream match.
They did fight actually.
I mean, back in the day.
But I mean, like now, like imagine now, two old. I say to say Cena old, but two old white guys.
They got to do it with Hulk Hogan's beer.
Like, tell me that's not like a New Jersey, Massachusetts thing.
Somebody's got to get hit with Hulk Hogan's beer. That's all I'm saying.
A New York versus Boston. Tell me, John.
I think Sandman's Arabic though. But Sandman. Never mind. I thought you were talking about Sabu. Yeah. But I do hate to run. Do you have any final questions? I gotta get going. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, dude, you're good. Honestly, I mean, we had so much to talk about with everything that's been happening over the last couple days that, you know, it took a while to get to the John Cena heel turn in the best way possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed us talking about the John Cena heel turn here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. You guys have been tuning in for this one, and I really, really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys want to see more wrestling content as far as Hot Tag Takes is concerned. I do have a lot of wrestling guests coming up in the future, so everybody get ready for that. Devin Steele is coming on later on this month. Kenny Graves will be on next week. Very happy to have this man on again after having him on last year. But everybody like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't kick this channel in the nuts like John Cena kicked Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, don't heel turn. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button. Don't
subscribe.
Turn on me.
Follow me at Darren Finesilver. And by the way, Zicky Dice for president. Zicky Dice. Look it up.
Absolutely. I support that 100%. But anyways, everybody, this has been Hot Tag Takes here on HamiltonRadio.net. We will see you guys next week. Always appreciate having you guys on. Deuces.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, man.
Pleasure's all mine. Darren.
Yeah. I'm gonna shut the phone for a while. John, I'm done with that. I was telling you before come on, I'm like, man, I want to get in there and and I'm glad, you know, that's what I really wanted to get into is like, you know, you got emotional, you know, and it's like, it's the kind of thing is the people, you know, older people and people